I've spent years chasing the perfect productivity app, and it almost killed my creativity. And it turns out the perfect system or productivity hack was actually just grabbing a pen and paper that only cost me about $30-something. And that is what we're going to talk about today. I am a Christian entrepreneur and creative, and I'm going to share with you 3 key things that I've done and adapted to my Bujo or to my bullet journal method that I use, and that has helped not just bring some sort of sanity or clarity to my mind, but has also brought clarity in regards to creativity, has helped my heart and my mind slow down. And that is my hope. My hope is that in this channel and in this video, I can help you slow down, clear your mind, and connect with God and connect with what you're writing in your bullet journal. And if you haven't started one, I'm hoping that this is your sign to start one. My name is Gus, and I've been creating content behind the scenes, behind the camera, for over 15 years for high-profile clients and companies. And now I am in front of the camera. And my hope is that I can help you slow down, connect, and clear your mind, and go deeper in your life, go deeper in your work life, and go deeper in your relationships. And so in a few minutes, I'm about to sit in my couch, my office couch right here, and walk you through what I have right here in front of me in my bullet journal and figuring out how it's worked for me. And I'm hoping that there are some tips and things that I can do to help you. But before we do that, I just want to say I'm on the same boat as you. I have my computer right here in front of me. I cannot tell you how many different apps and platforms I tried, and some that I found useful. I think the one that I have found most useful, even though it's very complex, is Notion. Because when I encountered Notion, it was very helpful in the way that my mind works in regards to like mind maps and things breaking down from one thing going off into 3 different things, if that makes sense. And it's almost like a web, if you would. And I think if you are like me, I think it makes sense to you too. I have this app. It's called Blitzit. It was supposed to create some productivity lists, and I just put all my things in there, and it's supposed to give me like a Pomodoro technique and a countdown, and just let me know how much time I'm wasting or spending on a certain task and so on. And, then there's the obvious sticky notes on your iPhone. And then there is other apps like Asana or ClickUp or all these things. And the trick is that even though we are trying, and I am trying, and you're trying to be productive and efficient, it's not always true that it has to be digital. It's not always true that it has to be on your phone. There are some things for sure that I can't escape as much as I might want to, that I have to use my computer for, right? And so, but for the other things that relates to before me even engaging with those things, my bullet journal has been a lifesaver. Again, if you have one, I'm hoping that you can find something that I'm about to say to you. And again, I have a bonus tip at the end of those 3. I'm going to walk you through my setup for my monthly log, my weekly log, and also my daily log. And I have a bonus in regards to what I might even call a heart log. How do I connect all that to the heart? They say that the longest journey is the heart, the mind to the heart, connecting the mind to the heart, because sometimes those 2 things can just feel disconnected. And my hope is that in this video, I can help you connect your mind to your heart, what you're doing to the actual why in your heart. And that's the purpose of the bullet journal. It's to keep you connected and to keep you clear. So let's go over here, and I'm going to walk you through that very setup right now. So I do use the actual bullet journal, the official bullet journal that they call it. It's just been very helpful because of the way it's set up at the front end, and then there's these aspects right here, where this has actually helped connect what I'm writing in here to here. For example, it gives you these already created ones like task completed, migrated, and so on. And then there's priority, which I love using. And I'll tell you why these are helpful before I even get into those 3 things. And then I started putting my own. So a heart drawn is a prayer. So if I'm writing a heart in my monthly or daily, it's because it's a prayer that I'm putting. This little light bulb is an idea. Like, okay, if I have a business idea or an idea for my family or idea for something, it's basically just a creative thought, a creative idea that I need to capture, and I just put a little light bulb. A simple to-do list, a checklist, I'll put the square. A squiggly thing is like a memory or something that I love. An equal sign, this is also what writer Carol uses, is for his mood and emotions. How is he feeling and how am I feeling in that moment? And then the play button is for a video idea or to produce. A star is for learning, and the @ is for location or the person that I'm with. So the intentions that I've actually created are right here. You could go ahead and pause these, and if you care to see it, and then maybe get some ideas for your own. Journal my everyday, creative capture, YouTube 26 goal. My goal is to grow to 10K subs by the end of year. And I'm hoping that if you are not subscribed, that you would help me out and subscribe right now at this moment and like this video, so that it would just help me get this out to other people who might find this helpful. And also feel free to share it with someone else. This is a newsletter that I started for the county, and then also my personal business. It's called Create Together. All right. Some people I have seen, like Matt Raglan, who I look up to and I appreciate his content, he skips the index. Now, right now I'm at page 30, but when I'm at page 188, I'm going to be grateful. The future me is going to thank me now that I actually took the time to do this. So simple index breakdown, if you haven't already done it yet, again, I'm showing this just for a quick overview, is that I don't write this and then I go here. I write those things as soon as these come along. For example, a 12/29 to January 2nd, which is today, the day I'm recording the video, my weekly log, I write it down. And then I went to January weekly log, page 28. So as soon as it comes up, I put it in here. So that's the easiest way to do it. So I put the page number, I put exactly what it is. So you can go ahead and do that. And then I started using something called the Allister Method. And the Allister Method is basically using this breakdown lines. So I'm doing, instead of a whole, because it didn't work out for me. As you can see, I started November on this specific book, in December to just break down how writer Carol and other people do it. The Allister Method seems to be working for me when it comes to a future log. And I know that, again, the point of the bullet journal also is to make it your own, what is helpful and useful for you. So for me, the Allister Method right now is proving to be helpful. So I have my first half of the month, January through June. And if whatever, because I can't control what some things are as they come. So if I just give myself a small space for November, or for January in this case, where am I going to write the rest that's coming for January? So I can still write it here and still mark it for January, if that makes sense. So this is January all the way down, February, and so on, all the way to June. And as you can see, I'm writing along as they come to my mind or as they're actually being added to my calendar. And then I'll write what month it is. And if I actually know the actual date, then I put the name down. So that's the Allister Method. This is my 2026 goals and intentions. I put it in my future log as well. I just did this last night on January 1st with my wife. And we broke it down by family, business, finance, and personal. This was just helpful for us to sit down and actually look at that together. Again, I think this part is just really cool. I think you might enjoy it. I put a book reading checklist. So these are the books that I'm currently reading. Some I started already, some I haven't. But these are the ones I'm looking at and I'm wanting to read. My latest one is Bullet Journal Method. I started that on 12/27. So I'm actually reading the book. All right, so I'm going to show you my monthly log, my weekly log, and my daily log in the next few minutes. And you can either skip ahead to see what you find most useful, but I just want to show you exactly what I do to make it helpful. Okay, so the reason I'm about to show you. So my monthly log, I break it down into what is memorable or something that I'm grateful for that day. The reason why I do this, before I even show you the more practical daily things, is because I don't want to create this like a calendar. I'm not trying to rewrite calendar stuff that is either just very not life-giving or just, it's not helpful if I write down a meeting that I have with my business partner. Like, I don't want to do that. I want to connect my heart with my mind, with what I'm doing, my why with my what. And so this is my why. At the end of every day, as best as I could, I missed about 4 days here in this month, I sit down and I write down, okay, what is one memory or something that I'm grateful for that day? Sitting at the table, listening to my wife. That's it. Something I'm connecting. I'm intentionally causing my heart and my mind to slow down in a way that it will find gratitude or a memory in that day. And my wife, what did I put? My wife gave me meta glasses. I'm wearing those in this moment right now. And it's just very helpful for me. Pizza night today. And I know that might not seem like a big deal to you, but my wife makes incredible homemade pizza, Neapolitana pizza. And we bake it here. It's just beautiful. Anyways, and then this is it. So this is one way I already start connecting my heart to my mind with my monthly log. There are many other ways you can find that writer Carol. Again, I'm just naming him if you don't know who he is. He is the creator of the bullet journal method. He is also partnered with Lifesaver, the people who make these specific journals, these physical journals. But again, my hope is that as a Christian creative and entrepreneur, I can help you connect your heart to your mind. And this is why I do this. I'm trying to be intentional about what I'm putting in my heart and my mind. So that's the monthly log. If you have any questions, please leave those in the comments. I will gladly reply to you. I reply to everything personally, and then also will make a video if it needs to, if it requires it. So here's my weekly log. I found this method to be very helpful. I'll show you the other method I have right now. This was 12/7 through 13 weekly log. And so I broke it down by main project or business endeavor. And then I broke that down to subcategories or subtasks. So, for example, this is launch a course for my business partner, Nick V. And then there's the subtasks that came with that. So in this case, I put meetings and I wrote down all the meetings I was having that week. And I wrote down the dates that those were happening. Tuvu is a Christian media, social media Christian app, something like that, communities for community as well. And we are building something on there with them. So I put the 3 things that I was having that day, a newsletter, both my own, and then also the one that I have with my business partner. And then Unstoppable Podcast. I have a podcast with my business partner, and I'll link the latest episode in the description below in case you wanted to catch that. And you can see exactly who I work with, who I've been building with for the past 12 years on various different projects and so on. And we have an event that he is speaking at, and you'll see why I say he's speaking at. I'll be emceeing, and we have a few other speakers. And so I'm creating all the back-end stuff for that, marketing assets, promo video edits, etc. And then lastly, a project I'm working on for a friend who is also like a business client. So I have that right here, and I put exactly what I need to do for that. So this is a weekly log. This is some might call it a brain dump, but this is actually everything that is on my mind that I know I need to do. And instead of scrambling throughout the week on what's next or what do I need to do, I put down like this, and then I know, and then again, I go back to the key or the legend. This is why this is helpful, because now if I put the priority asterisk or this symbol, when I go to my weekly log, I know exactly what is most important for me to give attention to. Like for example, this is another weekly log, and right here I was more intentional about putting priorities. So when I sat down at my desk on Monday and I saw these priorities, I know exactly what needed my attention immediately. And at that point, I can decide whether it was for that day or for the next, right? And I don't have to necessarily write down dates, because I'm just going to start with the priorities, and then everything else I can get done throughout the week. So that's that. Now I'm going to show you my daily log, how I break it down. So I take my weekly log, and then and in some cases I add it for the daily log. In other cases, I don't. Right here, our friend Sky, her name is Cielo, but we call her Sky. If you know Spanish, you understand. And I put it's her birthday, and then finished KPI landing page. And that was on my weekly log, and I finished it on this day, on Tuesday. The second day of my work week, put recorded me loading 120 in Holga. This is me just, Holga, if it's a camera, 120 is the film. I do that as well. I started Allister Method for journaling, which is this method right here, which I showed you already a little bit. And then I have the star, something that I'm learning, right? That's why I put the star. Again, this is why that's helpful. My a solid heart, it was basically just me writing down a memory that I have. My squiggly line, I'm trying to remember what that one was, which was, a memory, was being inspired by my wife that day, which was super amazing. I think I should have put why, because now I can go, then I could go back and know exactly why. My heart is praying for my mom and her health and so on. So this is how I break my daily login. In some cases, right here, I'm reading Bullet Journal Method. I put 2 quotes that stood out to me just so I can make intention. And I put a star because I'm learning about Bolt.new. That's just an AI platform online. All right. And here are some YouTube content ideas for this year. And I put the video title or the working title that I want to do it. And then I wrote down idea, slated, meaning it's already being created, or it's already, I'm creating an outline. It's filmed, it's in post-production, or it's being published. And the one that I'm doing right now is this first one, journaling as a Christian creative. And you know, there's some nuances there in titles if you were to pause and see them. What I want to show you is this new weekly log. So I tried the weekly log in the Allister Method. And the Allister Method is basically that. So I put priorities here. So I put the names of the companies or projects that I'm working on. The project that I have with 2 of my business partners, my newsletter, my personal stuff, the other one with my other friend and client, PCC, and miscellaneous stuff. And then I was like, all right, as they come down, I'm going to write them out and then put the bullet for exactly where it needs to be. And I didn't find this so helpful as the other one. So I'm going to stick to the other one. All right, so that is my weekly log. And now I'm going to show you a new way of doing the monthly log. It's the same thing. Again, I'm on Friday, January 2nd. I have yet to write what's my memory or gratitude. I might have it in mind. And then I'm trying to do a habit tracker, Bible, gym, and book reading. So it's Bible, gym, and book. And I'm trying to evaluate by the end of the 31st of January. I was like, okay, how good am I actually keeping track and doing these things? I don't want this to turn into like a shame or guilt thing. But I'm trying it out. I want to see exactly how this works out for me. With this habit tracker alongside my memory and my gratitude. Okay, so one other thing I want to show you now is in a previous notebook that I'm going to show you, and it is. I'm going to look for it now. Here it is, which is something that I'm going to start in my new one because I was doing this in my previous one. This is the bonus tip that I have for you, in hoping that this will actually just bring all that, like connect everything that I just said on the practical stuff in the newest journal that I have, and connect it all to your heart. So you can do this on a daily basis, which may or may not be a lot to some of you, or you can do it on a weekly basis. And the way that I did this was Monday, October 27th, 2025. I remember I was in Texas with my business partner, and I was there to record some of the podcast episodes that we have. And I broke it down into 3 different sections. The first one is my current emotions and thoughts. This is a way for me to, quote unquote, verbally process, because I'm an introvert. I'm an introvert, and I am in my head and in my mind a lot. And this has just been very helpful for me to just get it out of my mind and put it on paper and see it. And I'll explain that in a bit. What I'm looking forward to is the next section. And in this case, I put 2 very practical things: the 94X Summit that I was attending with for Christian entrepreneurs and leaders, and then also just returning home because I was happy to go home. And the last thing is where I need God. These are just the areas where I felt like, okay, these are the areas that I need. This is basically, you can call it almost like a prayer list, because all right, where am I needing God specifically to show up or to help me this week? Again, current emotions and thoughts. I'm writing down the things that I'm grateful for, because again, I'm being intentional with my heart and my mind being connected, and figuring out what am I grateful for. My wife and my boys, my mom and my aunt who were in town at that time, my friends, and my work with my business partner, with Nick. Reflective. I'm reflecting on my life. I'm reflecting on people watching is causing creativity in me. I just love, there's a specific song from Jacob Collier that I like to have on in my headphones while I'm at the airport. And I just feel this like interesting nostalgia as I'm looking at people just walk by. And I'm like, man, there's just something that happens in my heart personally when I'm people watching, and creativity is just striking me, because I'm like, people, we all need help. We all need God. We all need something. And then just seasons of friendships. They're like leaves, and they fall, and some stay longer, some don't. This was a very interesting day, and I'm glad I wrote this down, because I'm remembering exactly the emotions I was feeling in that moment. And that's why I put my friends. There's a little bit more than these that I feel like, man, I have a feeling that those people won't ever leave or move on from our lives, and vice versa. What I was looking forward to, that's very easy. I'm just setting my heart, looking forward. Like, all right, I have some things to look forward to. That also causes gratitude in my heart. And lastly, where I need God, my finances, my marriage, specifically with creativity, being creative in my marriage, and intentional. I'm just asking God, like, help me with these areas. Not that it's falling apart by any means, because I love it. My marriage is incredible as of this moment, and I'm just happy for that. Where I definitely need the Lord, I say, Lord, help me, is my fatherhood. My heart and my mind, to not judge even other parents or even myself, and then just love my kids, love other people. And again, I'm hoping that these these 4 steps that I've shown you are helpful for you in moving forward in setting up 2026 for success, setting up your personal life, your heart, your spiritual life for success as well, connecting your why with your what, and which is actually, sorry, I just hit the camera, which is actually what Ryder Carroll sets out to do here, is connecting the what with the why. And that is what works for me. And I'm hoping that something in here is helpful for you. So if you have any questions or comments or something that you would like to see a little bit more on, please just write it in the comments. Let me know. I will answer you in the comments. And again, if need be, I would even create a video, even if it's just for you. I will gladly do that if it needs it, so I can go deeper on that topic just for you. Again, if you haven't yet, I want to encourage you, subscribe to the channel, like this video, and share it with someone who you know might need this. And again, help me reach my goal of 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year. And let's see how much we can do together to encourage others, to encourage other Christian creatives or entrepreneurs and so on. So again, thank you so much for joining me today, and I will see you on the next one.